that time.
You definitely hit it that time. Well, hello folks. Sorry I haven't been uploading too much hunting footage this last while, but once the lambing season sort of ends, I concentrate more on the air rifle side of things instead of the centre fires. But it was a lovely evening today, and I thought we'd head out onto the hill and do a wee bit of impromptu target practice. And that way you'll get to see the rifles I use and me shooting them at various ranges. But the first up is my little 1022 Custom. I got this years ago. I think it was Rimfire Magic, and basically it was built up the way it is at the minute except for the stock. Originally I had a green overmolded Hogue stock on it, but this is a Archangel stock. I forget the actual model, but actually the rifle itself, the trigger system has been tuned. The inside of the action has been polished in that. It has a heavy fluted 16-inch green mountain barrel and a Wildcat, I think it's a Cub suppressor on it. The scope I'm running is an Old Deben DMP 2.5 to 10 by 50, and it seems to do the job rightly. I've been trying different ammunition. I've got CCI with me, subsonics, and Winchester subsonics, but I'll do a wee bit of shooting at 50 and then 100. I've got a couple of steel gongs out. The wife's with me tonight, and even though she stays off camera most of the time, I might encourage her to shoot the rimfire. She does like the wee 1022. So, see you on the range in a minute. You going for the 50? Just go and let sewing machine now. Now, I know all things looked as if they were going all sweetness and nice at this point, but the little 1022 decided to misbehave quite badly with misfires. But we did manage to get a couple of good strings at 50 and 100 yards. Hitting them all right now. It turned out to be more a maintenance issue rather than a problem with the ammunition, as I gave the rifle, especially the trigger mechanism, a good clean out afterwards, which seemed to solve the problem. We'll have a look at that and then maybe swap up to something bigger. Well folks, change the rifle. Now this one you've seen me use before. This is my CZ527 Varmint N17 Hornet. Now, a lot of people mistake this for a 17 HMR rimfire, but this is actually a centerfire cartridge based off the 22 Hornet. And that's the little round I'm using. It's a 20 grain Vmax bullet. These are actually my home loads, and they're actually fire forming loads. I tried the ordinary Hornet brass and found after a while some of the primer pockets got so big the primers wouldn't even stay in them. So I went on the forums and people suggested making your own brass out of PP, is it, I forget now, PPU 22 Hornet brass, and you can do it without any specialist dyes or that. I've managed to do it. They go in that shape and they come out that shape, which after a wee bit of trimming and reloading is your 17 Hornet case. I'm blithering a wee bit at the minute because I'm running out of sunlight here. But as I say, this is a centerfire based off a CZ527 N17 Hornet with a formed stock, which I have bedded into the action. The scope is an old Meopta 4-16 by 44 tactical, and the suppressor is a it's gone out of my head now, Wildcat Panther, an N17 caliber, and it weighs very little. Doesn't affect the balance of the rifle much, though this being 25 to 26 inches, I think it would be better shorter, but a much handier rifle. But anyway, we have a steel plate set out at 230 yards, so we'll see what sort of grip we can put on them with my fire forming loads. Wee bit of an up and down string, but it'll do rightly for now. See if the wife can hit this milk jug. Right, you comfortable? Okay, I'll load the rifle. Put the bolt forward and down. That's you ready. Okay. When you're ready. Good shot. Okay, I'm going to try 4 shots at a plate set out at 330 yards, and hopefully I'll hit it. Now, I did measure the breeze at the firing point using a little Caldwell wind meter and made adjustments to my windage turret, but you'll see in a minute either my ballistic data was wrong or the breeze was doing something different up the hill. No, I didn't. No indication where I'm going. Impact. Almost a mil dot out. That was a better grip once I got the wind figured out. It's hitting about a mil dot to the left, but we'll see if the wife can hit the jug this time. Unfortunately she couldn't, though she did come pretty close to it now, and you'll see in a minute that I barely just nicked the bottom of it myself. Just took the rear end out of it. Right, that's the 17 Hornet. We'll look at something else, hopefully before the sun goes down. Okay, last rifle for the evening, and the sun is dying on us, so we're sort of racing against the sunset. But this is my treble 2. You don't usually see this because I use it for foxing at night, lamping, and with the powered 007 attachment, which has still got the mount on it. But again, this is a CZ527. It's not the Varmint because it's a 21 or 22 inch barrel. I think this was technically the American. It had a plastic stock on it, which I strengthened up with some glass fibre and a piece of aluminium square tubing, which really stiffened the fore end up. Put a wee bit of K-Dex cheek riser off of eBay. The scope is a Bushnell Tactical Elite 6 to 24 by 50 mil knot, and the suppressor is a Wildcat Predator 8. I wouldn't mind changing that someday. It's served me well over the years, but I wouldn't mind something a wee bit smaller and lighter on it. The ammunition I'm using is a 22 caliber 40 grain Nosler Ballistic Tip, and it will shoot the Vmax, 40 grain Vmax very well, but it seemed to like the Nosler best. But less flapping lips, and we'll try and put a wee shots on the steel at 230. Well, except for the first one, they seem to all land in the same place. We'll see if the wife can hit the jug this time. You get on okay?
Yeah, I find it. Oh, that time.
You definitely hit it that time. Okay, we're clear. Okay, we're going to try the 330 yard plate. Hopefully I had it first time this time. And I'll maybe shoot the jug myself, because the light's starting to disappear and we're running out of time. Okay. Okay, it is shooting a full mil dot to the left for the wind. The elevation's still good, so we'll try the jug. And the wife's not the only one that can miss. Wind must have changed. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Might be a long night. Wind died down. Half a mil dot. But I hit it eventually. Well folks, the night's near drawing in, so I'm going to call it quits because I've a lot of packing up to do and targets to recover. But I hope you enjoyed this little informal target practice shoot and seeing what sort of rifles I use. Anyway, take care folks and look after yourselves. Again. Anyone want to buy a slightly used 1022? Oh, you've already loaded it up. Okay, well, frickin' flies! Oh, hi, thanks. You look like a seal flipping about there, so you did. Right, anyway,